Hello and welcome back to another video. I must preface this video with a huge spoiler warning. Please do not watch this video if you're not completed with the Dawntrail MSQ. This is something I myself have not completed yet. I wanted to get this out and yeah, I would imagine this is quite spoilerific, so please, you might want to not watch this. It is a late game reward, and as such, I'm giving you plenty of time to switch off. And of course, the start of the video, including the thumbnail, is as nondescript as possible. So this then is a brand new mount added to the game. You can get for 7.5 million gil, so it is a gil sync mount, a lot cheaper than some of the other gil sync mounts, and that is of course the Airwheeler A-9. The Airwheeler A-9 then, as you can see here, it says, summon Thorf your Airwheeler A-9. The lights aren't merely for show and actually make it go. Designed and built in Alexandria, this single rider flying vehicle uses electrope to convert lightning to wind energy, which it expels to produce levitation and propulsion. While airwheelers are extensively employed by the military, the A-9 is a civilian model and does not come fitted with armaments, which is a real shame. And the hidden text then, if we highlight over this, says, I'm looking for an Airwheeler A-9. Have you got any smaller sizes? A quote there of Milala customer. So of course, yeah, I'm super hyped for this. I couldn't resist, and I had to buy this off of the market board. It was sort of upselled. It is market tradable, and as you can imagine, I was paying just a bit over 10 million, which isn't actually that bad. But considering it's only 7.5 from the vendor, I would wait until you get to Solution 9 yourself, personally. But yeah, this is what the mount looks like then, as you can see, as you summon it. Let's mess around with the ambient settings a little bit here. Turn up the sound effects, and we'll have a look at the mount music in just a sec. But how cool already is this mount? It says the D-summon, and it roars into life. So what we've got here then is a bright neon bike. When I first saw this on the trailers, obviously for Dawntrail, they did show the flying variation of this, the transformation, and yeah, I wanted that immediately. I was like, I really hope that's a mount. And during the live letter, they actually showed some concept art of a certain part of Solution 9, which included this bike, and there's also a car as well that was shown. As far as I know, there isn't a car mount at the moment. Whether they add that in the future, I'm not sure, but look how amazingly sexy this thing is with its lights there on the back. I'm not even sad that it's getting dark in the game. It's going to make it easier to see the luminosity. So as you can see, this is what it's like in its terrestrial form. It is an electric bike, which is pretty sick in itself, isn't it? And then when you take to the skies, you have yourselves a flying hover bike. Very reminiscent of some kind of like drone or something. The ones in the cutscene had guns on them, if you remember, the launch trailer, which I'm looking forward to seeing in the MSQ. Again, it's not really a massive spoiler to myself. I'm perfectly fine with stuff like that. It's still going to be exciting when I first see this, you know, in a cutscene, because I've already seen the trailer, so I kind of knew this was going to be a thing. And also the flavor text, you know, indicating Alexandria. We could kind of guess that anyway from some of the artwork. I think a lot of us already had that idea. As it flies through the air then, it's got a completely different sound effect, as you can hear, of these things spinning around. It's so cool, isn't it? There's the glide animation. This is going to be everyone's new favorite toy for the longest time. So if you're wondering where you get this, 7.5 million gil, which isn't actually that much in the grand scheme of things, especially when we've looked at 50 million and 30 million gil sync mounts before. 7.5 is quite tame, and I would have probably paid around 50 mil for this. With the tilt animations, I'm still kind of getting used to it, especially with a controller here that I'm trying to use for some shots. I still think the tilt animation is great. I was surprised at how many mounts have the tilt animation built into them. It's really, really cool. Really, really nice. And looks amazing at night. But I think a lot of people will be looking at this mount, wondering where it's from. and then saving up their gil. But yeah, in my opinion, it's not as expensive as it could have been, and it's one of the coolest mounts in the game. You might also wonder what amazing music accompanies this mount. Well, this will be something we discover together. Let's listen to it. And unfortunately, although how epic it is unfortunately the fairly generic mount music. Now, it would have been nice to have the Solution 9 music or something like that, but I guess not this time. Maybe they could do that with a car or something in the future. But just look in this sort of nearly night sky here. How beautiful those neon lights are. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Like, in this form, it reminds me a bit of a reskin of the SDS Fenrir to some regard, but I don't think that's fair, really. I think it's certainly a unique thing. I would love to get the car mount, though. That would be high on my wish list, especially after they showed it on the concept, and this one's in the game, so... Brief look underwater then. I don't think anything's different, obviously, other than the flying animations. There's no special action button or anything associated with this. We can't shoot guns or anything. Looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? I think it's brilliant. But yeah, awesome. I bet most of you can't wait to get to Solution 9 now and spend your hard-earned gil. Amazing stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Just a quick one about the mount, in case people are wondering where this is from, because you're probably going to see a few people with it. There's quite a lot of mounts in the expansion, so we're going to try and cover as much as humanly possible. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time for more Dawntrail. Bye-bye. This thing is sick. Look at it. Oh, it's so good.